Welcome along, everybody, to the final practice session of the 2025 Formula One season. We're here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. I'm excited. I mean, this practice session is probably going to be a bit dead because it doesn't mean anything, really. But it's the final chance for the teams to get their cars set up before qualifying later on today. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning on in. If you do hear, this is how it works. You got my face here, you got the live timings here, you got the session timer down the bottom left that you can sync on up with, and you got lovely Twitch chat that you can type in. So if you're watching right now on TikTok or on YouTube, come join us on Twitch. That's the place to be. We'll be live all day today, all the way through to qualifying. And yeah, we do watch alongs like this for every Grand Prix weekend, for every session. So be sure to join us tomorrow for the race, as well as every other Grand Prix next year. Now, I cannot show the broadcast live as it is copyrighted. Find a place where you can watch it to join us, to sync on up, and watching it all together. Someone in chat asked, why am I wearing a Red Bull shirt today? It's championship weekend. I got to wear the Red Bull shirt. Usually I wear a V-Carb on Saturday, Red Bull on Sunday. We're wearing Red Bull on both days. Anyways, I need to get the predictions up. Let's get the predictions up for practice. I mean, Lando's topped the last two sessions, so is he going to do it again now? Get your predictions in with your channel points. No extended intro, shaking my head. That's for quality. That's for quality. As I go, Addy, they'll probably post it tomorrow. Hopefully. Do I really want to do a 4-hour power nap? No, stay up. I reckon. We need you in chat. Actually, no, we don't need you. Old mate Jim, what is up, dude? Hey, Bond, did you see the V8 Supercars final series? It was cool but gimmicky. I need to watch the highlights. I haven't watched it yet. I will be sure to lock in with that at some point. Lame Canary user F1. Thank you guys for the follows. Also, Path Yona Face, Jingsu, Sean J, and Jen Cult. Thank you guys for the follows. All right, practice about to get underway. Who's going to come out first? Friday V-Cub shirt, Saturday V-Cub, Sunday Rebel, Monday Grey or Beige, Tuesday or Wednesday Rebel Sim Racing shirt, but this weekend he's different. Bro knows the routine. Sup, bad? Let's go. Sup, Venom? If Oscar can't win, I'd be thrilled if Max could snatch it from Lando. I mean, it's gonna be very hard for Piastri to win. Very hard for Piastri to win. All right. I mean, it's Lando's to lose. Not only in terms of championship points, but in terms of just he's so in form. He's top practice 1. He's top practice 2. If he loses it now, crazy. You're the drone. We can see the drone. No way they're using a DJI. Is that a DJI? I thought they'd be using like some custom-made drone or some shit. Why is my hair looking so bad today, man? What the fuck is happening, bro? The hair is not looking good. I'm not happy with this at all. Bro. There's nothing worse than not feeling comfortable. You think Max starts above or below P2? Ooh. Above or below P2? It depends how Piastri does. I can see a Lando P1, Max P2, Piastri P3. I can see that happening. I can only think of 5 reasons that I want each of the 3 drivers to win World Driver Championship. I just can't decide. No, same. I think, obviously, Lando has been in the sport for a while now. He deserves the championship. But the argument, I guess, is maybe he deserves it the least out of the 3 in some aspect. I don't know. That's the thing. Like, they all deserve it for one reason, and they all don't deserve it for one reason. Yeah. I think, Lando's obviously been in the sport for a while, and, is finally fighting for his first championship, and like he stayed at McLaren, and now he can reap those rewards. But I guess he's probably the least liked out of the 3, or in terms of you could argue he's made a lot of mistakes this year, but then he's also turned it up at the end of the season. Piastri, coming in, again, he's been an amazing talent. He deserves the championship as well, especially for how the start of the season went. But you could argue he doesn't deserve it because he fell off at the end of the season. And then Max, obviously, with the comeback and is the best driver this season, so deserves the championship. But then some people would be like, well, he's already had 4. Let's have another guy win. So All three will deserve it. Whoever wins it. Anyone who will roast whoever. Anyone who's upset. Like, obviously, you're gonna be upset if your favorite driver doesn't win. That's fine. But anyone who says the driver that wins doesn't deserve it, I mean, you're just stupid, right? You're just stupid if you think that. So, Ollie Evans, how's it going? We just gotta hope for some crazy shit. Who do I think is gonna get pole for qualifying? I think it's gonna be Lando. Unless something goes wrong. Unless something goes majorly wrong. I think the only bad thing about Max this season was dummy spit in Spain. Yeah, true. Alright, finally we got some cars out on track. Oh, sorry, I forgot to get the timer up. This is the typical with practice 3 though, is no cars coming out on track at the start. Let me get my YouTube chat up so I can actually read this. Yeah, again, I say this every week. Do not understand why it takes them so long to come out of the pits. So whack. Excuse me. Oh, yo. Do you think anyone can catch Lando or McLaren this weekend? I mean, they're like 5/10 up, bro. They're just on some chill shit, bro. They shouldn't be chilling. There's only 3 hours of practice. Why are you chilling? Get out track. Get some laps in. Why am I hearing Nico Rosberg's voice on Sky? That's a bad thing? We love Nico Rosberg right now. Who are the top 5 drivers this year, you'd say? You're gonna have to tune on into my driver rankings stream. Yeah, we're gonna do driver rankings some point postseason. Not sure exactly when. But I would say Max P1, off the top of my dome right now, Max P1, Russell P2. If Lando wins the championship, Lando P3. Maybe Piastri P4, Charles P5. I know it's hard with Charles because, like, he's done really well, but he's not been able to prove himself because of his car. So that's like, you know what I mean? You can't really, like, look and then be like, well, if he had the car, he would be X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? You don't get anything for Christmas? Visiting family? No, I'm not going back to Australia. I will be by myself for Christmas. But I mean, that sounds sad, but like, it's been the first Christmas I've spent alone, and I got Stranger Things to watch, and I'm fine. I don't care, to be honest. My logic is like, I know that I have people I could spend Christmas with, but so like, I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I'm chilling. For me, it's just another day, right? Like you can spend, like, it's nice to spend time with family, but when your family's all over the place, it is what it is. I don't want McLaren's to win so that the TikTokers whose name is McLaren F1 Girly won't rage bait me about has a championship. Wait, McLaren F1 Girly? Wait, what, am I missing the law on this? Did fall asleep for FP2 halfway through though, but not today. You gotta get yourself a Red Bull to lock in. Why are we in the car? Come on, Liam, get in the car. Wait, did I just see my friend in the VCAL garage? Let me get back. No. We know Charles would be good with the car. We just don't know how good. Yeah, roster number 2. I was hoping you would say that. Thank you. Max, George, Charles, Lando, and Oscar. You can't even debate the others. Yeah, I mean, they're top 5. I mean, the thing is, like, an Albon or a Sainz could maybe scrape in the top 5, but they've been too inconsistent. Yeah. And obviously everyone else is just like, you're so, like, people will be like, oh, you only put them in the top 5 because they're at the top teams, but that's usually how it works. The top drivers end up at the top teams. So far, it's never been so obvious the order can be changed. Yeah. Even though Abu is bad for racing, it's the best place to end the season. It's just a great event. Yeah, no. I like night races. I think nighttime really suits Formula One, so I do like the nighttime feel. But I wouldn't say it's a great place to end F1. I mean, part of me is like, yeah, it's a very well put together venue and like there's a lot of grandstands, but there's no G8 areas. Like I like Grand Prix, like Australia, like Coda, like Austria, like Netherlands, like Silverstone, where there's just crowd everywhere. You don't see an empty grandstand. Like, look at that grandstand. Like, yeah, I know it's FP3, but like, why is it empty? Like, I don't like. I want to see a full packed crowd, no empty grandstands. I want to see the hype, and I feel like you lack that in Abu Dhabi. Yeah. Not to mention, I don't really like the timing of Abu Dhabi. Like, I'd rather it be at 3 p.m. so it's a bit better for the Americans. Like, why 1 p.m., bro? Yeah, what is this? Last qualifying. This would be the last. Today will be the last qualifying for Sauber. Last qualifying for the Renault engines. Last qualifying for DRS. Maybe the last qualifying for Yuki. Interlagos has such a final race vibe to it, yeah. I mean, would argue that something like Interlagos does lack the specialty that the specialty that like Abu Dhabi has. There's something about Abu Dhabi, it's really, you know what I mean? Like Interlagos feels more like just like a racetrack, whereas this feels more like an event, like all the buildings around, like the lighting, the fireworks, like. Whereas Nico being like he adds a lot to the comms. I don't think I think he's only contracted to do a certain amount every year. It's not his main job. Temps so much higher, so very different conditions out here. Yeah, but you still go out and practice. Like, come on. Doco, what does that do? You're not American, so forget about them. Yeah, but America's such a big country with so much people who are interested in Formula One, and I think it's just crazy. And not even America's, you got South America as well. Like ignoring a whole 2 regions for a championship finale. Like, I don't know. I sometimes just think like what goes through F1's mind. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I think the championship finale should be hosted at a goated track at a great time zone. So if we get a championship finale like this, like Abu Dhabi 2021, everyone can tune. Not everyone, but majority of people can tune in and watch it, and it's an absolute vibe. Yeah, we should go to Monaco. My finger bleeding, bro. I mean, it's quite hard to get stuff like that right. Asia's like hours ahead, the Americas are hours behind. I'd assume it would be tricky to manage it. No, 100%. But when the audience for Formula One is majority Europe, obviously they should be the priority, which it is for Abu Dhabi. But I think second priority should be America and South America, in my opinion. It's already 5 p.m. Abu Dhabi time. You can't do anything else. You want the nice sunset. Fuck the night. It's fuck the sunset. Just have a nighttime race. Or just don't host in Abu Dhabi. Simple. Why are you not in Abu Dhabi? I don't know. No money, no opportunity to go. One day. According to Google, America gets 1.3 million F1 viewers per event. That's a big portion of F1's viewer base. Oh, for sure. Moneybag, Saudi pay. Well, this isn't Saudi, but close enough. I mean, yeah, it is. There would be a lot of money for sure. For sure. Bro, this is just so dead. Like, come on, come out on track. Do some shit, bro. Right, everything's pissed me off right now. 2:40 a.m. in California. Couldn't sleep, so tuned in the stream. Hell yeah. So what time was the race for you on Sunday then? It would be 3, 4 a.m. That's rough. Other Max and whoever wins the title, who do you see being a world champion? Wait, other than Max and whoever wins the title, who do you see being a world champion? Like on the grid? I mean, Oscar, Lando. Yeah, Oscar, Lando. Well, Lando's an interesting one because I feel like if Lando goes up against someone in equal machinery, he hasn't proven to me that he can outrace and have the mentality to win. Yeah, but he's about to beat Piastri. I mean, yeah, fair, but I don't think Piastri is on the same level as Max or Charles or George. And he's in his third year. I mean, that's not an excuse. Piastri's definitely fallen off, but yeah, so I don't know, it's hard to say. I don't know, I feel like Piastri will run at some point. George will. Charles will. I don't know, it's just so hard because it depends on your team, right? It depends on your team. Like next year, Williams could be the best team on the grid and fucking Sainz wins a championship. You know what I mean? We go Norris on the soft, still twitchy, but purple sector. Obviously, no one's really done laps. How do you think qualifying is going to go? I think it's going to be one of, if not the tightest qualifying of the year. For some reason, last year's qualifying at Abu Dhabi was so fucking tight. Yo, bro, Albon has more points. Respect, please. Well, yeah, Albon as well, but I know something about Sainz. I feel like if he was in a championship fight, would be Albon. Albon was locked in for the first half. He now fallen off, and Sainz fell off first half and then locked in. Yeah, it's so weird how it's swapped. If both their drivers were locked in the entire season, they would have gotten so many points. Are you more a Red Bull fan or a Max fan more? I mean, it goes both ways, right? Like, I like Red Bull. I support all the Red Bull drivers across both teams, even the juniors. I love Red Bull as a brand. Like, I like the team. But I find myself supporting Max way more than the second drivers. So it kind of goes both ways. Like, I mean, I don't really support one or the other. I mean, if that's the thing, like, if Max left Red Bull, I would still support Red Bull and I'd still support Max. So, both. Pole prediction, I'm going Lando, Max, George. I still think Piastri will make the top three. I still think Piastri will make the top three, whether it's ahead of Max or not. Travic, leave the follow. Same with you, V Campillo. Do you think Hadjo has a chance next year at Red Bull? I mean, it's new regs, so you got to remember, like, Checo was decent at Red Bull in 2021. And then obviously the new regs hit and everything changed. So when 2026 hits, it might go back to normal. Maybe the second Red Bull seat will be fine. Max is the best and also the dirtiest driver. What's the definition of dirty, though? Aggressive? 100% I agree he's aggressive driver. But you can't really be dirty in Formula 1 without getting punished. Like in football, you can be dirty. You can tug on their shirt when the ref's not looking. You can kind of push them about, which to be honest, yes, that's dirty, but that's hard football. You know what I mean? But in Formula, you can't really be dirty without getting punished or punishing yourself. Aggressive, yeah. But, I mean, that's why he wins championships, right? And that's why he wins races. I mean, look at USA. Wouldn't have won that race if it wasn't for him being aggressive with Lando. Look at Mexico last year. What he did in Mexico was was ridiculous. That lunge up the inside and both of them going off track was crazy, but he stopped Lando from getting points. So I don't know. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to win. Some people mistake aggressiveness with bad driving. I think some people mistake doing anything you can to win with, yeah, being mean or being dirty. Sorry, that's not how sport works. He did redefine the regulations of his dirty but within the rules. That literally does not make sense. How could you be how could you be dirty but within the rules? That just means you're using the rules to your advantage. Sometimes you gotta go for a gap. Dirty is max in Spain this year, but everything else is just hard racing. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say what happened in Spain was dirty. That was just dumb. When is F2 sprint? I think it's like an hour after F1, after practice ends. Wasn't Schumacher a dirty driver and he is considered the greatest? I mean, yeah, I'd say Schumacher is considered one of the dirtiest or is probably the dirtiest driver F1's ever had, in the sense of like he did everything to win, to the point where he, you know, literally crashed into his rival to try and get the championship. But it cost him. That's what I mean. Like, you can't really be dirty without getting punished. Thoughts on Audi and Cadillac? I'm really excited to see Audi take over a team that's kind of done nothing in the sport for years. So that's going to be great to have them as a manufacturer on the grid, another German manufacturer. Oh, excuse me. And Cadillac's amazing. I mean, another extra team on the grid, but an American brand. Haas are a joke. They don't embrace their American culture at all. So it's going to be great to have Cadillac on the grid. I think a lot of Americans are going to support them next year. I think Aston is cooked in 2026. Really? I mean, they got Adrian Newey, so surely they can't fail the Aero. But yeah, what's happening with their engine does not sound good with Honda. When is the race? Race is on Sunday, 1 p.m. UK time. Do you think McLaren will have to make a team play or Lando wins purely on merit? I think Lando's going to have to win purely on merit. But if something goes wrong, then yeah, I mean, that's obvious. They'll have to do team play. But the likelihood, oh my God, the likelihood of something going wrong for Lando is just so low. Wow. Wow, that was weird. Yuki double purples and then P2 with a green sector 3. Interesting. There's Norris improving even more. The car doesn't look very super comfortable. It doesn't look super dialed in. Oh, sorry, this is Piastri watching right now, but still. Third. He's really off the pace of Norris. And now here's Norris improving even more. Tony Woodstra, JS Cycles, Travick, there goes the fellas. Yeah, Norris might even get a Grand Slam. Yeah. I don't know. Like, if Lando wins, just give us an entertaining battle, a race. Give me something to get hyped for. So many people watching this weekend. We need a good race. Lando is the GOAT. Thank you for the follow. What can Max realistically do to win here if he starts on the front row of Lando? Drive off from the distance and hope Lando gets caught, but goes up another 2 tenths. Yeah, I think the tires are just overheating because of the temp. Or you can back Lando up, into the people behind. Is an Abu Dhabi one of Lando's good tracks? But last year he was really good here. So yeah. What kind? How many points did Piastri lose when he swapped positions with Lando? 3 points. Do you think McLaren have to kick out Ferrari? Do you think McLaren have kicked out Ferrari, the top 3 teams? I mean, yeah. Ferrari finishing 4th in the constructors. They've lost to a team with only 1 driver fighting for points. But I would still say it's a big four, not a big three. Not a big three without Ferrari. Like, yes, even though Ferrari are fourth and hard four, like they've got too much legacy and too much power in Formula One to not be considered a big four. It's kind of the same as like how in the Premier League, even when Man United and Tottenham are still not finishing at the top, they're still talked about as the big six. Wait, how's Bamman gone P2? Bamman apparently on the radio said this Haas feels amazing. Why does it feel so good? I don't get it. And now he's just gone P2 8 milliseconds off Norris. What the fuck's happening? Imagine Bamman interrupts the championship fight. Imagine Bamman outqualifies Max and Piastri later today. Saving the engine work. BIB, gotta go. I hope I'll be back in time for FP3. I'll see you soon, Indigo. Are they going to take out Norris for Max? We're not ready for a Bamman podium to end the season. We're not ready for a Bamman gets too eager and then takes one of the championship contenders out. Sylvia, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. How are you doing? You're going to be doing a watch along for qualifying later on today. What's up in Orlando? Whoa! Fuck. What? I forget. Do you get pens and grid drops and stuff for practice blocking like that? Because that was bad. That was a clear block. You'll get at least a penalty point for that because that was bad. It was Yuki though, not Max. Super Coop, stay with the follow. If that happens, I'm coming to you for all my betting advice. Oh wait, Pablo Voto was right there watching that. Not unless it's super bad. I mean, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Yuki getting in his head. Imagine. I'm scared that if someone takes them out there, it'll just get so much hate. Oh, that's gonna without a doubt. It doesn't mean it's okay. It's just 100% that's gonna happen. Imagine that was Max again. That would not be good. I don't think people would be happy if that was Max. T-Mac! The high speed is much better now, says Leclerc. We need Ferrari to lock in, man. Oh, Lewis goes up to the top. We need Ferrari to lock in. We need Ferrari to be in this fight. That's our only way of a Max championship. Is Ferrari and Mercedes locking in. Here's Max though. 3/10 up. I want him to hop on the radio and be like, holy fuck, guys. This is the most insane car you've ever given me. What if Ferrari 1-2, Lando, Max, Piastri 3-4-5, then Lando wins the championship. Max and Piastri basically didn't win the championship. Damn, everyone keeps losing time in Sector 3. The McLaren is so strong in Sector 3. Okay, the trash is getting better. How is Stroll P2? Wow, I was hyped for Max's lap there, but then, okay. Stroll literally goes 50 milliseconds off, so fraud lap. They did 23 yesterday, by the way. Right. 23 what? 23. Oh, damn. Yeah, we know that time, yeah. Did he turn into center again after Vegas? Wait, who? Oh, we got the line following the car, but it broke. Oh, it's back. That line is so sick, but it's so... Like, that was sick, how it, like, stopped when it went behind the... Yeah, sometimes it like locks in. Like, look how good that is when it goes under like the underpasses and stuff. The like line disappears. It's so good. But then sometimes it just sucks. Mercedes looks slow this weekend, unfortunately. Yeah. What if like last year Oscar and Max collide turn one? It would be crazy. I mean, could do, could do. I mean, obviously they weren't fighting for a championship though, so it's very different. Frankie, thank you for the wallet. Loki, Ollie's been eating so far. Yeah, it's crazy how good the Haas has been looking. But again, we're still way off the times of yesterday. No, I haven't yet. G out. So to be investigated after the session. Why does it take that long? Yeah, true. Lando, don't even bother going to the steward's room for that. Let your team deal with that. CLE, name of the wallet. What would you like to see in F126 in terms of broadcast? Ooh. Just a better broadcast, like as in like switching cams. I would like these sectors like yellow, green, purple to show up underneath each driver on the left timings. What happened? What? Liam's literally cruising. I guess we missed that. I think we missed that replay there. Yeah, I'm fairly sure there was a he would have got blocked coming into the chicane. Heal. David the follow. What's I talking about? Oh, so like see it on the live timings at the moment. Imagine underneath Max's name there's three like circles or three ovals, and that's for each sector, and it will pop up green or purple or yellow. So that way, while you're watching, you can like look at the left and see what sectors everyone's doing. I think that would be elite, especially when the broadcast sucks. That would help a lot. What else would I want? Oh, no room. There's plenty of room. Look at the gap underneath each driver's name. Or maybe it extends out the right. Do you think Max would have been top 3 this year in a Ferrari? In the championship or in the championship? No. No. I think Leclerc is almost as max as what you can get out of that Ferrari. Clara Batista for vote. They need driver's name or number on the halo. That'd be cool. Forcing every driver to have their every team to have their driver's name and number on the halo would be cool. Whoa! And Lewis is out. Lewis is out. Oh my god, it just gets worse, doesn't it? It just gets worse. Not a way to end the season. Ay ay ay. Bro, it's such a weird place to go off as well. Yeah, he was actually looking decent. Bro, when was the last time Lewis crashed in practice? That's so whack. Clark, name the follow. Carl's actually looking decent. I reckon that's the dirty air. The Ferrari is so bad in turbulent air. I reckon that it was Gasly in front. Like, look how much it's porpoising from the turbulent air. Oofed. Oofed. Yeah, I think this is the turbulent air from Gasly in front. Like, look, just, yeah. Um, you reckon DRS stayed open? Wait, I want to see it again. I don't think DRS was open. I mean, that will get repaired before quali, but that's not great. That's 30 minutes of practice quali. 30 minutes of practice Lewis misses out on. Oh, bro. Oh, long race if his car is struggling that much with dirty air. Yeah. I mean, the car. I think the Ferrari struggled with dirty air like that for a while now. Bro. Why are you picking up the best for, bro? That ain't your job. Let the marshals do it. Bro, these Ferraris must feel ass to drive. I mean, yeah. Hey, you just looking at that car, it looks bad. Like, you don't even need to look at the stopwatch to look at how bad that car is to drive. Do you think Ferrari will be competitive in 2026? Depends what you mean by competitive. I don't think they'll be a top team, but I think they'll be higher than most teams. That's not a good crash though, man. Like crashing in practice is such a yikes. Again, 30 minutes you miss out on. Wait, was his DRS still open? Let's have a look. No, I think the DRS closed fine. I think the DRS closed fine. He does start turning in before it shuts, but that's fine. He's crashed at the same spot as in the F1 movie. Wait, did Lewis crash in the F1 movie? I can't remember now. I think it's got to be the turbulent air. As the car react to the turbulent air for sure. Are they going to do some quality runs? No, this is not equivalent to qualifying later on today. Maybe, but the times will be way off. Is he okay? Didn't even ask if he's okay. Better Biev. David the follow. Saki as well. Do you think he retires next year? At the end of next year? I think it depends how the car is. If it's a championship contending car, he'll probably stay. But if it's nowhere near, yeah, I can see Lewis next year being Lewis's last year. FaZe, Sebastian, thank you guys for following. All right, guys, we're over halfway through practice now. We're just going to wait for this red flag to get... well, this crash from Lewis's crash. If you're just shooting out in, Lewis just crashed. He's out of the session. That's why we've got a red flag. So, yeah, but if you are enjoying the stream so far, be sure to follow down below. And if you haven't already, if you're watching on TikTok or YouTube, come join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. We're going to be live all day today, all the way through to qualifying. So come join us. Come stick around. Do you think the moment Norris had with Yuki will rattle him? Rattle Norris? No. No need. Maybe something like that happening in qualifying would piss him off, but in practice, who cares? Wait, did Lewis say something broke on the car? I thought he just said the car buckled. I was gonna say like the rear doesn't really like grip up and turn with the car. It kind of like drifts out. Yeah, that something did break. Cause yeah, the way the rear just goes and the way that rear tire looks coming into the crash. Yeah, he hasn't hit the rear, but it's the rear's broken. I mean, yeah, crash like that, you can't say it's Lewis's fault. Like even if the rear tire didn't break, like the rear's just gone. He wasn't even pushing that hard. Oh, he me. How's Lewis behind Leclerc every time? Because Lewis ain't comfortable in the fry, and Leclerc's a better driver at the moment. Anyone who knows Will knows he didn't do anything wrong though. The car was just lost. Yeah, everyone experiencing the exact same bouncing into that corner. He was just pushing harder when the track wasn't up to speed. I don't agree with that necessarily. Yeah, maybe his tires went up to temp, but the way that the crash happened, it didn't feel like a tires not up to temp crash. That felt more like a car problem or lack of grip. I mean, I guess you could argue if your car has lack of grip, then you shouldn't be pushing that hard. But well, but again, Lewis Hamilton just crashed. Give it a rest. What? Thank you, Loppin. Age at F1 debut. Max 17 years old. Norris 19. Piastri 21. Damn, he's old as fuck. What now? Well, I think we've got maybe 3 to 5 more minutes left before the track's sorted, and then we'll come back out for 15 minutes of prac. Me, save the follow. How the time is looking right now? I mean, the track is just nowhere near what we were doing yesterday, so like the times are just irrelevant. I missed half hour. Is Max looking great? I mean, Max set a faster time than Norris, but the times are still 1 second off yesterday, so how much does that matter? Charles had a similar spin in Qatar. I'm trying to remember Charles' spin now. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the pirouette? So Noda getting the only practice that matters to him in, at least. High speed and quali. The quali one. He crashed in Qatar? He didn't crash. I fucking remember. I don't remember. The spin outside of the fast left hand in the last sector. I remember his one in the race, but I don't. Just too much to remember, man. Too much to remember. The Ferrari mechanics, yeah, extra work that you don't have to deal with. But the way the car lost control was similar to Lewis Day, right? Have we got a restart time yet? Don't think so. But exit's still closed. But they're getting ready to come out. Now everyone's rushing to get out. Why are we rushing to get out at the start of the session, huh? Lulilu. Kaylee, thank you guys for the follows. High Table Brand Scaling and EIGQ, thank you for following as well. Might have redo session timer. No, still in sync. Session timer doesn't pause in practice. Estimated time 30 minutes past. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, then the session will resume. Whoa! Everyone just came out of the pits at once. I don't get this. Why are they so wanting to get out and practice now, but they didn't rush to get out at the start of the session? I don't get it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's definitely damage on Lewis's car. That's crazy. Your car failing at a track like this is weird. Start of FP3, it's hot and track is dirty. Yeah, but your track's still got to clean itself. Track's still got to clean itself. And the temp's not that much different. I hate F1 teams. Just go out on track. Stop being pussies. All right, session is resuming in a sec. Now it's more representative and final 20 minutes before quali. We got people. Everyone's coming out on mediums though. No one's really coming out on softs. Rosberg after the crash, he's trying to put it in reverse. Should we tell him he's missing a tire? Wait, was he? Was he actually trying to put it in reverse? That's rough, bro. That's rough. Signs hammer looks cool. Is he gonna? Oh yeah, it's so sick. The special, like, I don't know what you want to call it, like pearl looking thing, unicorn looking one, purple. Oof. All right, we're back out on track. Liam's first out on track, my goat. All right, the final 16 minutes of practice for the year. We have done over 100 watch-alongs for practice this year. That is insane. Wait, no, sorry. That's bad math. 24 times 3. So we've done over 60. Wait. No, that's wrong as well. 18 times 3. We've done over 50 watch-alongs for practice this year. Or maybe dead on 50 because I think I missed like 4 practice sessions. Yeah. Appreciate you guys all tuning on in for practice this year. I mean, I know practice obviously isn't the most crazy thing ever. But it's always nice to just chill, watch the cars out on track, discuss everything coming into the weekend. Yeah. We'll be doing practice watch-alongs again next year, as well as testing. 100, he said. It was 100 total watch-along sessions. You did not reach 50? What do you mean I didn't reach 50? I did. There's 54 practices a year this year, and I missed 4. So that's dead on 50. Sprint. You wouldn't believe it, Tony. You wouldn't believe it. But I did include the sprints in my calculations. If Lando gets a Grand Slam, will that make him more deserving, considering we all think he can't handle the pressure? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if Lando gets a Grand Slam and just absolutely dominates, then that's just going to help his case, isn't it? How's Oscar going? We don't really know. For people that's tuning on and wondering what's happening in practice, basically no cars came out for 15 minutes. Then everyone came out, and obviously as everyone came out, the track's getting better and better and better because there's no cars have been out on track this morning. And then right as the track was like in a good spot, Lewis crashed and we had a red flag. So we're going to wait for the track to get a little bit warm again, and then we'll see some final lap times. I'm not confident on Piastri's chances for the championship, but you never know. I mean, Piastri needs Max and Lando to have very bad luck. So yeah, I'm not confident in Piastri's chances either. Lando would have gotten a Grand Slam if it wasn't for Ricciardo. What was that last year in Singapore? I'll be honest, Grand Slam. I think Grand Slam, I don't know, Grand Slam is so inconsistent because prior to this year, getting a Grand Slam was hard because other teams would pit to get fastest lap for the fastest lap point, and they weren't even the quickest on track, but they were quicker because they were on fresh tires. So like, why are you less deserving to get a Grand Slam because someone else pit for fresh tires? But also, some tracks just, you can't set the fastest lap at the end of the race because... Oh, another yellow flag. Who's this? Sometimes you can't get a yellow. You can't get the fastest lap because the track just doesn't allow you to, and also the conditions change and etc. etc. I don't know. In my opinion, Grand Slam should be you get pole and you lead every lap. Fuck the fastest lap. I think there should be a Grand Slam. In my opinion, Grand Slam should be pole, lead every lap, win the race. And I think a Super Grand Slam should be practice 1, 2, 3, top of the session. Or if it's a sprint weekend, all 5 sessions, you finish on the top and you lead every lap. And you get fastest lap if you want to throw that in as well. Grand Slam having fastest lap is just dumb. Good morning, sunshine. How's Lewis doing? Fabio. Yeah. Yeah, he was on the pace. On the pace, looking really good. He's just in the garage right now. He might come back out soon. What is Lance Stroll smoking today? Yeah, I don't know. I was so happy with Max's time, and then Stroll just went 50 milliseconds off of fucking Max, and I was just like, well, now Max's time's shit. But Max goes quicker. Now Piastri. Finally, we can see a lap from Piastri. Let's see how he does. Typical American wanting a driver to crash. First off, I'm not a fucking American. Second off, I didn't say I wanted Lewis to crash. Oh, you're not talking to me. Guys, if you're not talking to me, at the person you're talking to in chat. You can't just come into chat and say something and expect me not to think it's me. You're talking to me. And Piastri goes 5/10 up on Max. All right, where's Norris going to go? The amount of times I look at chat, I'm like, am I getting roasted right now? Because what the fuck did I do? Yeah, that's insane. That is insane from McLaren. I mean, like, I was expecting this to be McLaren, one of McLaren's best tracks of the season, but 6/10. No, 60 milliseconds off Piastri though. Look, as long as we got a fight between Piastri and that. Okay, this is the question, right? Let's imagine Max qualifies P3. He's out of the picture. McLaren's up the road. Are McLaren gonna be like, you're not allowed to race each other. You're not allowed to race each other, because if Lando just holds P2, he just wins anyway. Whoa, look how good that car is in the last corner. That's insane. And Norris goes up to the top. What? By 3/10? What is Lando doing in the last sector that Piastri and every other car isn't doing? Okay, can Max do another lap now? Can Max do another lap? We need Max to do another lap because this is dumb. No, Hulkenberg's cooking. Don't worry, guys. Hulkenberg's cooking. Oh, he sucks. Jamie and Elwes. Think as the follows. Okay, don't worry. Max's lap wasn't accurate. Max's lap wasn't accurate because Hulkenberg's ahead of him. The track's just getting better. Like, Piastri actually set a good lap, and then Norris set a better lap because of the temps. And then Liam goes ahead of Max. Okay, Max, can we set another lap, please? Where's Max on track? Is he on a cooldown? Go for another lap, please. But now he's going to be on used tires, so even that's not representative, so. I don't know. Too hard to judge. But McLaren's definitely the best car right now. For sure. For sure. Kimi hit Yuki in the pits? Wait, really? How? How? It's practice. How are you hitting each other in the pits? And it broke Yuki's wing? What? Now Kimi's going to get a pen. I'm going to need some conspiracy theories on that third sector from McLaren. imagine they got DSQ'd, bro. Imagine they do all the championship celebrating and then they get DSQ'd. I honestly think F1 would cover it up. I'm being dead ass. I think if that happened, they'd pull a Ferrari, what they did with Ferrari in 2019. I reckon they would just put it under the rug and just be like, yeah, we can't. We can't deal with that. That's fucked. Now that's a conspiracy theory, but I don't know. The way F1 covered up the whole Ferrari situation, I wouldn't be surprised if they did it again. And Bortoletto P5. Okay, can Max fucking do a lap? Are they displaced in the background? No, they're from automobilist.com, the official F1 poster company. Alonso P4. Can Max do a lap? Yeah, I still don't think... Obviously, Max is nowhere near this bad. But Max hasn't done a lap. Okay, okay, Max came into the pits. He's come out in fresh tires. Bamman, though, has been absolutely on it so far this weekend. What's his time going to look like? Ocon, fastest sector 2. What the fuck are Haas cooking? No way Ferrari are going to be slower than both their supplier teams. Oh, that's an invalid lap. But still, wow. He's almost beat Piastri. That's really good. Wow. Bamman's coming to the fantasy team. Oh, here's what happened with Antonelli and Yuki. Are we dumb? Wait, we get to see Yuki's eyes? No. Bruh. What pen will that be? What pen will that be for Kimi? Are we dumb? Are we dumb, Mercedes? What was the point? I mean, yeah, they kind of came out at similar times, but like, surely you can easily hop on the radio and be like, stop, 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 stop. Or the guy in front can be like, stop, stop, stop. All right, here we go. Where's Mercedes got to go? That's what we want. That's what we want, Russell. Please keep this up for the rest of the weekend. But now this is the thing. Now McLaren aren't out on track, so we're not going to see representative times again. We're not going to see representative times again. Because now it's going to look like Max is going to get pole, but where the fuck are the McLarens at? Oh, still, Max only P3. Max only P3 and Lando's not even out on track. But still, that's a good lap from Russell. Where the fuck did that come from? Well, Yuki's out of the session now. Lol. Tibby FPS, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Really do appreciate you coming in with the sub with Prime, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really do appreciate you supporting. And also the Chosen, Patter, and Jaden. Thank you guys for the follows. Max going for race pace. I mean, yesterday, people were saying, oh, Max's race pace is nuts. Red Bull looks like the best car. And then McLaren just at the end of the session, boom, 1 second quicker. Apparently, McLaren are 1 second quicker on race pace than Red Bull. Oh, wait. Mercedes didn't have the guy to direct Kimi out. They were just doing it off of vibes in the garage. They were just having Bono do it. Lol. Well, that's what happens when you try to cut some time. Save some time. Save some effort. And then Albon had to try avoid the fucking debris. That was a vibe exit. Well, this is interesting practice. Fuck me. I saw a tweet yesterday that was like, I don't know which practice they were talking about, but they were like, this is why practice is so much better than sprints. I'm sorry, but like, I'm a sprint connoisseur now. I think every Grand Prix should have a sprint. One practice, sprint quali, sprint race. I like sprints. I like sprints. Don't be wrong. Wait, max radio. No, it's not what we're going to have. 3 minutes left to practice. Don't be wrong. I do think there's too much Formula 1. 24 races with sprints would just be crazy. But at the same time, like tuning into a weekend, I love having one practice session. Everyone gets up to speed and it puts pressure on the team. And then sprint quali is fun because it doesn't spoil qualifying because everyone... I think what it is the difference now with sprints is Parc Ferme being able to be opened up after the sprint means there's such a big change in the pecking order. Well, at least with how tight this grid is, there's such a big change in the pecking order in between the sprint sessions and the normal sessions that it makes it worth it. And like, I think they need to do something to make sprint qualifying a little bit different. But like, sprint race is good. Maybe make it a little bit longer, just a little bit, just so like people have to manage their tires a little bit. Or not manage their tires, but like the tires just degrade a little bit. And change something in sprint qualifying. Maybe make it a shootout. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, like I like sprint weekends. It gives you something extra to watch. Like, would you rather sit down and watch a 60-minute practice, or would you rather sit down and watch a 45-minute qualifying or a 45-minute race? Like, I think I know what I'd pick, or 30-minute race, I should say. I know what I'd pick. But in saying that, sprints in 2019, 2020, 21 season, dead. Like if they had sprints those seasons, dead. Another Mercedes pole, another Mercedes race win. No one gives a fuck. But the sprint format works so well with the way the grid is right now. Because in sprint qualifying, Aston got to make Q3. But then in normal qualifying, they're out in Q1. And that's what I've loved about the sprints this year, is it's so different between the sprint sessions and the normal sessions. One, because the pecking order changes because of the Parc Ferme. But two, cars react different on the medium tires in quali versus the softs in quali. They're different time of the day. I don't know, it's just good. I just like having like extra good sessions to watch, more to talk about. Yes, it becomes a bit too... what's the word? Is diluted the right word? Like, it does become a bit too like, I think from a casual fan standpoint, like people would miss sprint qualies and they'd miss sprints because there's just too much going on. But they're not watching practices anyway, so who cares? Do it F2 style 1 quali in reverse grid for the top 10. I think once you start doing reverse grids and stuff in Formula 1, that becomes a bit too gimmicky, in my opinion. Because I think what makes Formula 1 so special is... Okay, let's take Hadj's podium, for instance. Let's use Hulkenberg's podium. Hulkenberg's podium was insane. His first time ever getting a podium in 200-plus races in Formula 1. Imagine he got a sprint podium and a sprint podium and like a sprint win because of reverse grids. It just means that his actual podium doesn't feel as good. But that's also because Formula 1 are weird and accounting sprint wins is like... Well, actually, no, they've separated it now, aren't they? I don't know. I think that's where the sprints can get too fucky, is once you start changing the format and like it just starts ruining records. It just becomes too repetitive. But the way the sprint format is now, with the way Formula 1 is now, is I think it's really good. But the thing is, next year Formula 1's not going to be like this. We're not going to have a tight grid with all 10 teams competing with a championship fight. So it's like, I don't know. Do I really want sprints every race? Emiliano, Laura Hilton, there goes for the follows. Max stuck at 1/10. He's stuck at 1/10. Okay, I'm interested for qualifying because Alonso is 2/10 off of these top guys, but Norris didn't come out and set another time there at the end, so I think he's gonna slam dunk on everyone. I think McLaren are favorites by like 5/10 here. Anyways, guys, that wraps up practice 3. Thank you guys all for watching. We are going to stay live now all the way through to qualifying, so stick around. But let's do a quick little rundown of the grid. So, Yuki in last. Wasn't able to get a fast time in there at the end because Kimi just bomba-clarded into the side of him. Colapinto And then Lewis crashing out. If you missed it, Lewis did crash out from the session about halfway through. Looks like there was a problem with his car, causing him to failure on his car, which caused him to crash. Then Gasly, Hadrian Lawson. Damn, V-Carb's quite low comparison to yesterday. Then we got Stroll, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Bortoletto, Albon. Antonelli wasn't able to do a quick run there at the end either because, again, he crashed on the side of Sonoda. But still, only 3/10 splitting the top 10, which is really good. Then we got Leclerc, the Haas's, Bamman and Ocon, P7, P6. The Haas looks so good. Put them in your fantasy team, I reckon. Piastri off the pace at the moment. Alonso ahead of Piastri. Then we got Max. I think that's the best he can do, to be honest. Norris didn't set a time there at the end, so I think he could go even quicker than that. And Russell at the top. That means, wait, in the channel point predictions, did anyone predict Russell? No one predicted Russell. Everyone loses their channel points. Take the L. Take the L. Fastest on the straight is Max, then Russell, then Piastri, Albon, Ocon. Damn, so McLaren are really sacrificing their straight line speed for the corners. That's crazy. Anyways, guys, that wraps up practice 3. If you enjoyed, be sure to follow down below. That was the final practice session of the year. Just want to say thank you everyone for joining for practices this year, whether it was one practice session, which is today, or a couple, or all of them. Really do appreciate you guys tuning on week in, week out to chat about everything coming in to the main sessions of the weekend. It's obviously practice sessions are way more chill and we just kind of like chat shit the whole time, whether it's about Formula 1, about other motorsports, or about anything in life. But yeah, I appreciate you guys always chilling with me. Again, we will be doing watch-alongs for all the practices next year, or as many as I can. Obviously, I missed 4 practices this year out of the 54 I could have streamed. I think I only missed 4. So yeah, next year we'll be doing streams for all practices again, as well as testing. So be sure to tune in for preseason testing as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed, be sure to follow down below. If you're watching on TikTok or YouTube right now, come join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Ponden. Again, we'll be live all the way through to qualifying later on today. And we've got the F2 sprint race to watch. So come join us in watching that. Anyways, that's going to wrap up practice 3. YouTube, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you guys all for joining me for the last practice session of the year. I'll see you guys later on today for qualifying. Bye-bye.